Hi, we're Gordon and Char Mayer, and we're here today to give you an overview of the different woods in order to help you select a wood for your instrument. We're going to talk about the way an instrument works. Gordon's going to cover that. But before we do that, I just want to tell you that, when you're thinking about your wood, you can't really compare woods between builders. So if you have a koa instrument that you love or you don't like so much, it's not necessarily true that that would or would not be a good selection for you based on how we build. We believe that our goal is to maximize the potential of any given set of wood that we have. And in order to do that, really that process is something out of the scope of this particular video. We're going to focus on the different woods that we use, and Gordon's going to talk to you first about how an instrument works so you can get a better idea of how it affects the tone.
So what we hear as sound is actually air movement. And air movement starts with the strings. This is an instrument we're about to string. So it starts with the player plucking a string. But if you think about an electric guitar, when it's not plugged in, you hardly hear anything at all. And that's because the strings themselves don't cause much air movement. The air movement is caused by the top. And the top is like an air pump. Think of it also as the head of a drum. So the strings pass over the saddle, which is about to go in here, the white part, and into the bridge. And it's that angle which creates a downward force on the top and allows that top to move just like an air pump. So it's that string tension that causes, when the string is plucked, the top to vibrate back and forth. What that says is what we want out of a top is something that is light and yet flexible. What do we want out of a back? Well, the back of the instrument is like an echo chamber. So when the air is pushed toward the back of the instrument, we want it to reflect out through that sound hole and out the top of the instrument. So out of the back, we want something that's very dense. And how about the sides? Well, the sides of the instrument don't really matter at all. They are acoustically inert. So they don't have any effect on the sound.
All right. So let's talk about the woods that we use and how we've rated them on a scale from warm to bright. You can think of warm as koa is the warmest wood that we use, and you can think of the beautiful Hawaiian tone that you're used to hearing. It's very blended, it's mellow, it's gorgeous, legato, smooth, and too warm would be mushy, but brighten that up a little bit and you have that beautiful Hawaiian sound that you're used to. You can think of a bright sound as very punchy, sparkly, taking a lot of space in the upper register that you're used to ukuleles kind of punching through as. Too bright would be brittle, but you warm that up a little bit and you get those beautiful, distinct, punchy high tones that you like about the ukulele. So maple is on the brighter side of the woods that we use, and koa is on the warmest side. Slightly warmer than koa is mahogany, and you can keep moving up and you have sycamore and mango, and then myrtle toward the middle. More of the exotics are, almost all of the exotics actually are toward the bright end of the spectrum. They're very hard, very dense. We've never used those for a top. So let's just talk about, aesthetically, something you might consider is if you're one of those people who likes the traditional look of using all one wood for the ukulele. If you like that look, then you're talking about the woods you can use for that are koa, mahogany, all sycamore, all myrtle,
all mango,
and all mango. So you can think of those. Those are all like from 1 to 4 on the scale, from the warmest to the middle, very balanced tone. Then when you get into the exotics and the harder woods, then you're going to talk about having a spruce top, a softwood top. So when you look on that spectrum and you're considering your woods and you consider a softwood top, then cedar and redwood you can put sort of in one category, and spruce you can put in another category. Spruce, if you're on the warm side of the spectrum, spruce is going to brighten up any kind of warm wood. In the middle,
let me just say that when you talked about it being redwood and cedar being in the same category,
right,
those are both softer woods. They're
right,
warmer naturally, they're lighter, than spruce, which is heavier, denser, and stiffer. Right?
Right. So if we're on the warm side of the wood spectrum or our rating scale, and you have at a cedar top, then that's really going to kind of be inert. In the middle, to the brighter side, if you add a cedar top, then it's going to warm up that tone. If you're talking about a spruce top, then you're on the warm side of the spectrum. It's going to brighten up that tone. If you're on the bright side of the spectrum, it's going to be kind of inert. So, so those are kind of the considerations that you're going to take. Of course, you're going to add your aesthetic preference and consider where you want to fall on that warm to bright spectrum.
And also remember, I guess as a closing note, and Char started off with this in the video, really don't overthink it. You can try to cut this much finer than really the wood allows. The wood is organic. Every set is different. And so you can try to fine tune it more than that wood really allows.
Right.
We build within a very tight spectrum, and we like to think of all of our instruments as having this very consistent Mya-Moe tone. So while there is some variation, it's not quite as much as you'd think. But good luck choosing your wood, and if you need a little bit more help and assistance, you can get that on our website, or feel free to email us or give us a call. Thanks.
Thanks.